Like, where's Indiana at? I always got to say Chicago or the big cities, right? Chicago or Ohio. They just never know where it's at. That's okay. We got Texas. Okay, good. Let's get started. I haven't done an inspiration call in I don't know how long. So hopefully you all got your coffee or your whatever, drink water. I'm drinking water. I don't never had a taste of coffee ever. I got a little picked on about that too. They said, you never tasted coffee? I've never tasted it. I'm just naturally just energetic, right? But I'm really excited. I'm excited for our group, we what we've been doing is we like to run together. A lot of people, when you're going for a success, and whatever success you're going for, it's a lot of fun. I often say that all teams are groups, but not all groups are teams. And when you have a team of people that is doing it with you, you just, even when you don't reach the goal, right? You always got to guess at the goal. I always tell people, hey, you got to have a goal card. You guys know I'm really big on goals, and I carry my goal card everywhere I go. I mean, if I go to the gym, I go to the gym every day. And if I leave my goal card at home, I just got to turn around and go get it. It's like my clothes. I have to have it with me. And because every time I touch it, I get an image. I get an image of the person I have to become, right? You don't set goals to get, you set goals to grow. And you want to make sure you're setting that goal for you to grow. And we had a big call yesterday. And I started off with saying, you got to be grateful, right? We're in the month of Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I believe Canada, I believe you guys had it before us, but happy Thanksgiving. But we're in the month of just Thanksgiving. And when you're going towards your goals, you got to be thankful. That's one of the keys to success. You have to be grateful for where you are, because write this down, what you appreciate appreciates. And when you all are just negative all the time, we call them negative Nancy's and sour Steves. When you're negative all the time and you're just grumbling all the time, and you're never going to reach the level of success of where you want to be, right? So here it is. I was talking to some of the people. I was talking to a lot of individuals on the line yesterday, and I don't know why, but God put it in my heart. I said, before we go into the opportunity, because we had this big deal yesterday of opportunity call and mindset and etc. Felt the need to say, hey, because we're on a run right now. We like to run as a team. We like to run as a group. And November was our month to really run. Okay. We call it November to Remember. We call it grow-a-thons. Okay. And a lot of individuals, they're looking at different people. And when you're looking at different people, you're slowing down the process for you to stay focused on where you are. Remember, I say all the time, whatever you tune into, you turn into, right? And they're always looking at other individuals. They're looking at people that are winning, and then they're looking at their results, and they start comparing. When you start comparing, it's not a good deal. And comparison normally slows you down. And I'm seeing a lot of people, they're just so excited. This person's killing it. And then the other individuals, they're like, I wish I could be in their position. And that's probably some of you on the line. You've seen some people that maybe are in your profession, maybe in your industry, and you're just watching them just have a lot of fun. And then you look at your life and you just get a little depressed. If that's you, we're family, we could talk. Just put me in the chat. Just say, hey, I've been there before. Listen, I'll be the first one to put me. I've done it before, right? We've all done it. We're human beings. And I never forget when I was consulting, and I used to be a consultant for a man named Bob Proctor. And when I was consulting, there was a select few of people that were going up this elevator. I remember the elevator it was the Prince Hotel in Toronto. And I was one of the youngest consultants at the time. And here it is. We're all at the bar. We're done with the training, right? And at this time, at that in particular meeting, there wasn't a lot of trainers there. There was probably maybe about 30 plus people there or something. And I saw a guy, his name's Doug, and this guy comes and whispers to this individual that I was talking to. And what he said was, hey, we're going upstairs. The people that were, you had to sell it a certain amount of programs or something like that to get upstairs. You had to have a certain amount of clients to get up there. And she turned around and said, awesome. And I was a sponge. I was just, at that time, and I'm still a sponge. If you see me, I do a lot of talking, etc. But when I get around my leaders and mentors, I'm just quiet. I like to ask questions, and I like the book, Good Leaders Ask Good Questions by John Maxwell. I just love to ask questions. Whenever I go anywhere, any leadership event, I always have a list of questions prepared to ask. If I'm talking to Edwin Haynes, if I'm talking to Hope and Bugs, if I'm talking to even the Diamonds, I still ask good questions, right? And I was asking this person some questions because she's been there for longer than I was, and I was very young in there when it comes to time. And I believe you had to have about 10 clients or something like that. And the programs are pretty expensive to the average individual. And I saw them going upstairs in groups. It frustrated me. I remember like it was yesterday, just frustrated me because I never liked it to be a part of any big groups. Always like to be a part of those small and particular groups, right? Always wanted to stand out. And that's some of you on the line. You want to stand out. It's just spirit. Spirit's always looking for expansion and for growth. We're looking to grow. And here it is. And I've seen them going upstairs, and I look at the bar and everybody else, they're having fun, they're drinking and etc. And I got a little frustrated. And I never forget, I used that frustration not for negativity. I used it for something very positive. I looked and I saw what the masses were doing. And if you follow the masses, they may take you to a place where you never want to go, right? Don't follow the masses. And I started to see what the leaders were doing. They're going upstairs to this penthouse, and Bob Proctor was up there, and they're drinking champagne, they're drinking, wine and et cetera, having a blast. And I'm downstairs, and I just felt like I was left out. And this is what I did. I went up to my hotel room, and I said, nope. I put my drink down. I went upstairs to my hotel room, and I started studying. I started to get good. I started to change my self-image, and I started to just visualize and see myself being there. See, here it is. I was talking to some of the groups yesterday, and I said, some of you have too much sense. You have too much sense, right? Our sensory faculties, what we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Well, I like to go inside. I like to see with my imagination. I like to put myself in the picture, not just see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Because if I keep seeing if I keep seeing through my sensory faculties, I'm going to keep getting what I have. Going to keep getting what I have. So I had to look inside and see something that is not there, the unseen. There's power in the unseen. So I had to keep looking in the unseen, meaning that's faith. And that's when I started to go upstairs, and I'm writing down exactly how I would feel. I like to say I'm putting clothes on my goals. Here it is. I'm writing it down. I'm putting it down on a piece of paper. At the next training, I'm going to be up there in the penthouse. See, some of you, what you need to do, money is not going to excite you. If it did, you'll already be at the top of the rank. You'll already be at $1 million a month, $1 million a week, whatever your goal is, you would already be there. You got to go deeper than just having some good income. And it's those small little things like getting inside the elevator and going to the top of the penthouse. So small little things sometimes that will get somebody moving in a quantum leap way. And for me, I just didn't want to feel left out. I just wanted to get in that little small group. I wanted to be around the Eagles. I wanted to hear what type of conversations they were having up there and not the conversations we were having down there. No offense to the ones that were down there. I just saw myself. I knew I was God's highest form of creation. I need to start acting like it. I needed to start becoming it. It was already in us. We're already born rich. We just got to pull it out of us. So here it is, going upstairs, and I'm writing down everything, and I'm a little and I got mad. MAD made a decision. I made a decision. I will not be downstairs in that in particular group. See, some of you accept it. This is me. This is the way it is. It's a habit. Losing's a habit for some. It's just a habit. You got to change that habit to winning. Don't get frustrated about your results, but just get frustrated because you could have did just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And you got to say, look, I'm going to now make this thing called habit a winning habit. There's people in this world that don't know what losing even feels like anymore. They just keep winning. It's called muscle memory. Here it is. That's why you got LeBron James, or maybe not LeBron, but you got some people like Kobe, and God rest his soul, he would close his eyes. Michael Jordan shooting free throws or shooting threes, whatever it is. You got Steph Curry shooting, and they're turned around. Why? They know it's going in because they've been doing it for so long, and now it's muscle memory. Well, you can do the same thing with your goals. I mean, everything you set, everything you write down on a piece of paper, you say, I'm going to achieve this. It's not even a goal anymore. Now it's a plan. I know for a fact I'm going to get there. I know for a fact we're going to be there. When you start traveling to wherever you're going, I'll be going to Hotlanta with Mr. Bean and the Pippins and et cetera. I'm really excited for that. And hopefully you guys get your tickets so you guys are there, because we're coming with heat. But here it is. We're going out there and we're planning. We're not planning for us going to somewhere like Alaska and bringing our coats or whatever it is. We're planning for the location of where we're going. We're bringing the right clothes. We're bringing the right mindset. We're bringing everything we need to bring for the location of where we're going to be at. We know for a fact we'll be in Atlanta. Well, the same thing for your goals. Are you planning? You don't just set them. You start planning for it. You know you're going to be there. So what I do, I go upstairs in the elevator. I start planning. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm even getting into the clothes, what clothes I'm going to wear when I go up there. I'm putting clothes on my goals. Start planning. It's easy to visualize it. It's hard to plan it and actually accept it. For our knower, I call it the knower. You don't get what you want, you get what you expect. I expected to be there. I'm like, I'll be there next training. The next training, here it is. I'm going up there. See, when you get a taste of winning, you want to keep winning. When you just get that little taste of, and we're not talking money, we're talking any type of win that you think is winning. My win was getting in the elevator just so that I can be around the Eagles and just listen to them. See, some of you hear Holton talk about the Eagles and the chickens. I'm telling you right now, it's not just this thing that he's talking about. It's a language that people that we're discussing. It's a language of how people think. See, the money didn't attract me in the beginning. It was, let me just be in front of the individual so I can hear the secrets. I thought it was secrets, but it's really just language. Because some of the big languages can scare small individuals. And I wanted to be around those. I wanted to be in front of those individuals. But what I had to do was I had to be grateful and apply where I was at. I was frustrated, but I was still excited. I was excited for growth. Yes, this is awesome. I always applauded the person. I said, well, congratulations, you're going up there. I think it was her first time. You're going up there. I'll see you at the next training. I'll be up there in the next training. I'll see you up there. That was God's gift to her. See, a lot of us, we think that we're going to put frustration on individuals and thinking that we're going to take their blessing. No, we have our own blessings. take all the air. Try to take all the air. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath right now as you're driving, whatever it is. Take a deep breath. You can't take all the oxygen. Everybody has their own deep breaths. You can't take all the oxygen. It's infinite power. It's infinite. So it's not about I want yours. No, you get yours. It's inevitable. You can't take it all. No matter how successful you get, no matter how you get, you will never reach the full potential. But it's our job to strive for it. We don't even know what infinite is. We put a price tag on infinite. We put the price on there. We put the limit on there. A million's a lot. No, a million's a lot compared to 100,000. It's not a lot compared to 40 million. We put the cap on there. We just have to just keep being growth oriented along with goal oriented. Does that make sense? We got to be not just goal oriented, but we got to be growth oriented. And when you become growth oriented, that's when things begin to happen. Because I was not just looking at the money in the beginning. Yes, you look at the money to see if your measuring stick is right, if you're growing in the right areas. You do want to set the money goal, but just call out those little small things. I just want to get, hey, can I just, it wasn't even recognition. Some of you may crave recognition. Oh, this person, they're getting recognized more than me and etc. We've all been there before. They keep saying, why they keep saying her name? Why they keep saying his name? No, you should be grateful. You should be their biggest cheerleaders, because the universe don't know that you're sending off bad energy toward anybody else. It only knows the energy that you're pulling out. It only knows your aura. That's why I never try to gossip about anybody. That's why I never try to talk bad about anybody. I try my best to keep my mouth shut, because loose lips sink ships. I don't want to sink my ship. And we think that our loose lips will sink their ship. In reality, it's sinking our own. So what I do, I just, hey. Sometimes I've seen some individuals, and maybe you don't even like them. You still give them gratitude. Just give them the, congratulations, right? You still share love. You just let the universe know, because what you appreciates. And the more you do it, the better you become. It may be challenging for some of you, but I'm going to tell you right now, the more you do it, the more good stuff will happen to you. This month and this year, you closing off the year this year, and some individuals, they're just blowing it up. They're killing it. It in a quantum leap way, not incremental. They just went skyrocketing and etc. You've seen people doing diamond in 1 month, doing whatever in 2 weeks, and whatever this is. Just say, hey, man, congratulations. My time's coming. Hey, congrats, man. Awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. My blessings, my season is coming. I'll see it at the top. No, oh, I wish I was in their shoes, or I wish I was. No, because you don't know what they had to sacrifice to get there. See, everybody has their own sacrifice that they have to get certain places. And we don't have to sacrifice the same exact thing. Some of you, it's family. Some of you, it's time. Some of you, it's money. Some of you, whatever it is, you don't know. See, whenever I see individuals, all the leaders are going full throttle. I don't wish for their results. You want to wish for their sacrifice. What they have to sacrifice to get there. So we only just look at the good. And here it is. We see the individuals, they're on stage and they're crying for whatever stage time they're on. They're crying and crying. And back then I would think, why are they crying for? They're winning. Now I understand. They had to give up something for them to go up to something. See, when you get into that elevator of success, and here it is, I was going up to that penthouse, and I thought that was success. That was success to me back then. I was going up to that penthouse to meet my mentor, to meet some of the leaders, to be around those eagles. And I went up that elevator, and every single level, you got to eliminate something. Every single level up to your success, you're going to have to get rid of something. Because if you keep taking all the baggages on to that elevator, come on, all the bad habits, all the stinking thinking, all the poverty mindsets, all the negative Nancy's and sour Steves, all the gossips, the elevator will soon say what? It's to the capacity. Can't go any higher. You have to let some of the load go. You have to let some of that sacrifice go. You have to keep putting money into yourself. Every time, if I drive from Indiana to Chicago, I got to go through tolls. You got to keep paying it forward. Either you play now and pay later, or you pay now and play later. But regardless, you're going to have to pay. And the longer you hold off your pay, the harder it's going to be. So you got to keep releasing. You got to keep letting go. You got to keep letting go of people sometimes. You got even family sometimes for the time being, even vacations, or maybe I couldn't tell you how many vacations I couldn't go on, or I went too late, or I came too early, or left too early, whatever it is. It frustrated my mom and dad to a T. They have jobs. They prepare a year before. For now, Darren Gibson has to change that. I said, jobs run through the family. Well, now it's about to run out. Whenever you say, oh, it runs in the family, well, it's running out with me. Stops with me. Here it is. Now my mom's getting, she even to tears. Darren, you know that we've been planning for a year. Why aren't you? She's more lenient now because we got a little bit more success. But that was sacrifices. Funerals that couldn't even make it to. And I really don't like going to funerals anyways, but just funerals that couldn't really make it to. Weddings. All the fun things that we had, that all the stuff, that basketball things that I wanted to do when I played ball, all the different things that I wanted to do, couldn't do it, had to put it on hold. Had to put on hold. I didn't want the same year repeated. I just didn't want the same year repeated. So when I went up that elevator to the penthouse, that about 5 months, I think we had the next meeting about 5 months or 6 months later, there was a lot of sacrificing. There's a lot of sacrifice. There was a lot of people that didn't understand. People don't understand until you hit what you hit. And then they say, oh, congrats. We knew you were going to. No, you didn't understand it. You all have to realize that. Stop waiting for permission for you to become successful. You go out there and do it. Don't ask people, hey, what do you think I should do? No one wants to follow somebody that asks the question all the time, what do you think I should do? No, you go out there and make it happen. I told the group yesterday, make a decision. Listen, don't be scared. I'm terrified of not making a decision. I would rather make the wrong decision until I get to the right decision. See, wrong decisions get you to the right decision. Steve Jobs says you can only connect the dots looking backwards, so you can't connect the dots looking forward. So you have to trust that the dots somehow will connect looking forward. Here it is, wrong decision, wrong decision, wrong decision. Every wrong decision leads you to the right decision. You just make the decision, because you not making a decision is still making a decision. You not making a decision, you procrastinating on you making the decision for you to go out there and do what you need to do for your family, it's still making a decision. You're never going to get away from decision making. And I never went to my family, what do you think I should do? They didn't know what they should do with their life. Why would I ask them, what do you think I should do? No offense to them, but they didn't know. I'm not going to go to somebody and buy their opinions, because if you buy people's opinion, you got to buy their lifestyle. I'm not going to buy their lifestyle. No. If I mess up, I messed up, but it'll get me to the right decision. That's all it is, folks. Listen, just make the decision. Just put in and make the sacrifice, whatever it is. Put in the income, put in the time, put in the drive, put in the energy, just put it in. And I guarantee you, you'll look back. It don't take that long for you to really shift your lifestyle. It don't take that long. I'm telling you right now, if you stayed laser focused for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, then I'm telling you, you may not see this miraculous big deal, but I'm telling you right now, you'll get some of those big wins. And I call them the stops, where you're putting in the vehicle and you're putting the gas in your vehicle. Your vehicle can't drive without gasoline. So here it is. That elevator, just that elevator was gasoline for my vehicle to drive further. It was just gasoline. Did I make it to the millions? No, but I hit a goal. It was gas for my vehicle to keep driving. The small wins. It's those small incremental wins that get you to the big quantum leap wins. You don't have to just I'm make a quantum leap. I'm gonna do it right. No, you don't have to. Go for the small little things that lead up to the big things. You don't have to be like some of these leaders on the line and they're just killing it. You don't have to be like the people that are doing diamond, and you set the goal for it. Be grateful for it, but don't neglect the small little things. Don't neglect the small little things. If you can't be grateful for the small things, God will never give you the big thing. See, he's testing you now. He's testing you and putting you through the test to see when you go through hard times. Remember, tough times never last. Only tough people do. He's seeing how you handle the small things first. See, some of you're praying and wishing, man, I wish I was this person and that person. You can't handle their responsibility. You want their money. You can't handle their responsibility. Can't handle it. See, you gotta work down here for you to fit up here. And I realized that just to get in the elevator, they didn't want everybody up there. Because when I got up there, they were talking big, way outside my comfort zone, way outside my paradigm, way outside it. And I'm looking, and as soon as I go up there and I'm realizing, oh, everybody don't belong up here, it would scare people. Oh man, I did this type of income. I'm close to this and close to that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, it was a paradigm shift for me. But for me to get in that room, I had to do what? I had to prove myself that I belong up there. And every single one of you belong up there. Not by talking about it. Not by just meditating on it and say, oh, I'm going to do it. And no, you got to change some behavior patterns now. You got to focus on the behavior patterns and what you're doing every day. I get my groups focused on behavior patterns. I get them not just set the goal, become goals. When you walk in a room, do people say, I want to work with that person because they hit every single goal? They're fired up all the time. They're enthusiastic. They look like goals. Do you look like goals? Oh, this person, oh my gosh, they just look like goals. When you look like goals, people come to you. People come to you when you look like goals. Do you look like goals or do you look like excuses? There's people that I wouldn't even bring in my business that I used to talk to 5, 6, 7 years ago, would never talk to them about that. Why? Because they look like excuses. There's nothing wrong. Not trying to offend them, but that's just reality. They look like excuses. I don't want to deal with it. As soon as you put them in the business, well, let me tell you something bad, excuses. They got a lot of butts. I'll tell them to get their big butt out the way, and they like big butts. Get them big butts out the way. Move it out the way. A lot of big butt, man. I should have did it, but then when the year's over, man, I should have. You hear a lot of people, I should have. They're going to be shooting all over themselves next year. I should have. No, you get away from those individuals. You don't need a lot of people. When I first got started in 2014, no one fought. No, listen, success started off alone. It starts off alone. I had to mold myself. I had to become goals. I had to get this thinking out of my mindset. I had to become something. I had to think a certain way, speak a certain way, be a certain way, but be grateful for where I was at. I would look at my banking account and say, man, you're broke, I'm rich. You're broke. I'm not that. You're broke, I'm rich. I was telling myself crazy things, talking to myself, speaking in the car, no music. I'm speaking the place I used to live. I'm not living in this environment. This is not me. I got a wealthy environment. This is the poverty environment. I'm not that. You should all get the book Hung by the Tongue. I was speaking it and talking it and walking it. Going to not faking it, not when I get around my friends and I'm talking the old slang. No. I had to become the script that I wrote. The script is the script that you write down on a piece of paper. I had to become it. Good actors or actresses, they're not faking it. They're becoming the script. You got to become it. If you don't have people saying, who do you think you are? You're not doing something right. Who do you think you are? Or you went to one of those meetings. I used to get crazy. Man, I can't, this is being recorded. I can't even tell you some of the things I was getting. But I made my new environment, my new family. And eventually this starts to fade away. See, it's like a fire pit. When you get inside that fire, listen, coals stay hot inside the fire. I wanted to be that coal that was in that fire pit. And the more and more you get out that fire pit, guess what? It fades away. Well, guess what? I found the new fire pit and I let go of the old fire pit and I started to eliminate them, not because I was better than them, because I was growing. Remember, most people want change, but they don't want to be changed. I was being changed. I was going to become something different in that old self-image. And when you leave and you start thinking on a different frequency, the people on this frequency will begin to move. They'll begin to now get out the way that we're down here, and you'll start attracting the ones that are up here. Is this making sense? Wish I had more time, Rich. No, I had to become something different. Had to dress different. Had to speak different. How to walk. I mean, everything was different. Changed everything. Changed the whole frequency. That's what you need to do. This year is not over yet. And some of you you're preparing for holidays. You got Thanksgiving coming around. You got Christmas Eve, Christmas. You got Black Friday. You got New Year's Eve. You got all this stuff. You got so many excuses on why you shouldn't make it work. I'm doing a lot of different things starting this year. I'm starting this month. Starting this month. Moving all the way until March. There's a big, I mean, our bit, you know, we got some big things happening, and we got some things that you all are going to love. But I'm already getting mentally prepared for what's coming. I'm already planning my success. I'm already planning. I'm already getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm preparing right now. I'm getting ready for what's to come. There will successful people. They're not successful individuals. They're never surprised when they hit a goal. You know why? They've been preparing for it. It's only the ones, oh my gosh, it's only the ones that get surprised that just something magical happened, but magic never keeps happening. It's just every once in a while because they never prepare for it. When it comes successful, they always prepare for it. And whenever it hits, something big hits, oh, well, we knew it was coming. We were getting ready for it. Are you preparing for it? Are you getting excited for it? You get it. I'm telling you right now, the ones, I don't know who I'm talking to, because some people had maybe a bad year. Some people maybe had a great year. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the ones that's kind of, you know, frustrated and etc. That's where God is testing you to see if you can stay happy. That's where God is saying, hey, let's see if this person can stay excited. Anybody can stay excited when things are going well. Let's see when things are bad. Let's see what type of mindset, positive mental attitude they have. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they speak about. Let's see who they talk to and they gossip. It's testing you. You got to stay focused. You got to get excited. You got to get excited. You got to get fired up. For when people talk to you, they should hear a different you. They should hear a different you. They should hear a different you. And when they see you, they should see excitement. We see excitement. We feel excitement, not feel or see frustration. Don't call your leader and, what's wrong? You know, how much time you got? No, we don't want to talk back. We don't want to go backwards. No, even when tough times are going through it. Hey, man, listen, some things have happened, but we're not even going to talk about it. Let me tell you about some good stuff, because what you look for, you find every time. If you use your mindset to look for negative, you can look for negative on this call right now. You'll find it every time. You can go back to the recording and just say, write down, what did he do negative? You will only look for the negativity and you'll find it every time. Or if you say, what was positive, you will only see the positivity. Why? Because the mind can only focus on one thing at a time. Just keep your mind focused on what you want to be focused on, but make sure it's going in the right direction. So I tell my groups, they always shout. Some people call me, hey, Darren, you got some time? No, I don't have time to talk about negativity. It's in the past. Be grateful for it. It's in the past. Why would you want to keep talking? Most people don't have good days until they talk about their bad days. We call it enjoying your drama. I don't want to enjoy your drama. No, I don't want to attract that. I don't want to get on that frequency. No, let's talk about something good. It happened for a reason. Hey, so-and-so quit. Good, awesome. Somebody better's coming. Now you understand they took 5 people with. Awesome. You're about to find somebody to bring 10, 15 people with. Look for the positive. Look for the positive. Hey, man, I'm sick. Awesome. No, I'm really sick. Well, now you know, now you can appreciate health. Now you won't eat the bad things, do the bad things, whatever it is. Now you're going to really appreciate health. Hey, man, I'm broke, man. I ain't got a lot of money. Awesome. Why you say that, man? I'm really struggling. Because when you get up to your success, you're really going to appreciate it. You'll be those people that's crying on stage. Hey, man, people are talking and they gossiping about me. Awesome. I get it all the time. Why you say that? Because God said what? Before the world hated you, it hated me. Just look at the positive. Just make everything a positive. Be grateful. Be grateful in this month of November. And I'm telling you right now, what gratefulness will do is it will shock you in your results. It'll shock you. I get shocked all the time. Now it's not even a shock anymore. I mean, it's just, it's now moving into muscle memory. It's now moving into, I'm so grateful now. It's now moving. And when listen, let me end it off with this. When you move into the muscle memory of you just growing and you just always winning, everyone that you touch turns into gold. You become goals. I have a mindset. It's not an egotistic type of deal. It's just the way it is. Whoever works with me. A lot of the leaders, they think the same way. Whoever works with me, they turn into gold. So now the conversations is different. Now it's just, hey, you want to go dining? Oh, okay, awesome. How fast you want to do it? Not will you get there? How fast do you want to get there? It's just a simple deal now. It's not a hope for us. I hope so. I mean, hope so. No, it's like, how fast you want to get there? Because you're winning. If you're a winner, you make other people win. You make other people win. And you got to shift that mindset. To end this off, you got to have that same mindset for yourself. It will take some time. For me, it took some time. It took time. It took environment. It took money. It took everything. It takes all that. It's a cake of things. It will take that. Not for a week, not for a month, not for a year. It's personal growth and professional growth. There's no finish line. You keep growing. You hit one goal, you're always going to want to go to the next. You jump high, you want to jump higher. You run fast, you want to run faster. You sell a lot, you want to sell a lot more. You build a big business, you want to build a bigger business. You get to 5 million, you want to get to 10 million. You get to 10 million, you want to get to 10 million a month. I mean, everything shifts because it's called spirit. You want to keep growing. And don't be frustrated or don't apologize to anyone because you want to keep growing. You want to keep growing. You keep using that imagination. You keep using it. You keep strengthening it. Imagination is like a muscle. Either you use it or you lose it, and you don't want to lose it. Some of you all you got to strengthen your imagination. Strengthen it. Let's make sure that 2022 is the best year, but it won't be the best year if you don't start right now. You got to start right now. And if tough times are just tough right now, be grateful. Be grateful. Feel that emotion. Feel it. Just let it touch you a little bit. Let it frustrate you and say, hey, be grateful, but let it frustrate you and say, hey, I'm about to go out there and do it now. Now I'm about to really make it happen. Call the person, your accountability, and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do. Can you stay accountable with me? I know I'm not there. I know. See, some of you may think that when you call, some people call me and they say, hey, Darren, I know you don't think I'm going to do. I'm like, why would you say I don't think you would do it? That's your thinking. That ain't my thinking. That's a bad self-image. I know you don't think that I'll do it, but I'm going to show you. No, you don't have to. No, where'd you get that perception from? Who you been talking to? Yourself. You've been talking to doubt. No, I didn't say that. You think that. That's the bad way of thinking. You change you. I believe everything in you. You just pull it out. Don't call them and say, hey, man, I know you don't. Show them. Hey, thanks. Show them a thanks. Hey, can I get a picture? The picture should be in you. I tell people all the time, I know you want a picture with me, but listen, people should see you and know you spent some time with me. They should see it in you. When you walk in the room, you've been spending time with so-and-so, haven't you? Yep. How'd you know? I can feel it. I can feel it. You won't need a picture anymore. You won't need to get with your leader and say, hey, can we get a selfie? The selfie will be inside you. Let's go out there and make it happen. Boom, family, let's go out there and build the biggest business that we've had. Let's do all that we can, because there's some people on the line that has never went all in. Let this be your time. Try it out. Just try it out. If you don't like going all in, go back to what you've been doing. Just try it out. Just try it. Just try it on and see how it is. If you're broke, try getting rich. See what that feels like. If you don't like rich, go back to broke. If you're overweight, hey, try getting in shape. Get in shape. See what skinny feels like. You don't like it? Go back to where you are. If you're negative, try being positive for a minute. Try it out for a little bit. You don't like being positive? Go right back to negative. Just all I'm saying is just try it out. Try it on. Get uncomfortable. Try investing a little bit more into yourself. Try seeing a little bit more into yourself. Try getting scared outside your comfort zone. You don't like getting scared outside your comfort zone? Get right back into that cocoon. It doesn't matter. You can get right back into that nest. Just try it out. That's all we're saying. Try it out. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you try it out, you'll never go back to where you were, because you love the feeling so much. Hey, boom, I hope I brought value to you. Put in the Facebook groups or in the WhatsApp in your WhatsApp. You guys have WhatsApp groups. Well, I got a lot of WhatsApp groups. Put what you guys learned. Let's go out there and take action. I love you guys all. Hey, I can't wait to be in Atlanta. And it's my first time actually. Let me end it off with this. Atlanta, the last time I was in Atlanta was 2016. And it was a John Maxwell. That was the year that I started to be mentored and get in some of his programs that year. But one of my mentors brought me in there, and I got to be, we talk about the elevator, the penthouse. I got to be in the room full of 6 and 7, 8-figure earners. And I wasn't even a 6-figure earner at that time. And the guy asked me to come because I was an upcoming leader. I won't say the name, but he was my mentor. And he introduced me to this guy named Houghton Bugs. And that was my first time seeing this man, 2016. Shook his hand. We took a picture. I still got the picture. It's actually on my Instagram, actually. And got to hear him speak and was just like, I want to work with this guy. Now I'm coming back 2021, and the last time I was in Atlanta was when I saw Houghton. It's crazy. So I'm really excited to take the stage and bring some good information with my guy, Mr. Bean, and Jackie and Jayla and all the leaders, Trey, and I know T's out there and D's out there. So I'm really excited to really take this venture with you guys. Thanks for welcoming us again, you guys. You guys are really considered family. Let's go out there and have a fun time. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys. See you at the top.